that early invade, and because Mickey and Caps were able to get to lane in time, they felt a lot more comfortable being aggressive. As we actually see a bit of an all-in the bot lane.
But Jankos is here. Hylissang flash forward, and now Jankos could gobble up that catfish with open arms. There's the slow, and Hylissang's going to get knocked up. Still has the thick skin, going to use it early on as Caps looks to get the damage in, and Hylissang is low. He's ticking away. One more auto is enough, and Jankos gets first blood. Waiting just around the corner. Selfmade coming in through the river. Caps has the flash, has the heal. Get away from this. Selfmade going in, looking for the pillar. It's going to land it on Mickey, but here comes the turnaround as Jankos joins the fray. Too much jungle attention around that mid lane, and now the cast then becomes pretty difficult to gank. If you're using that Rift Walk wisely, you should be able to get away. Wonder with the Let's Bounce going to stop Whippo from landing the Call of the Forge God. Wonder still has his passive. Whippo walking away, doesn't really have too much mana left as Wonder continues to get the auto attacks in, but can't quite get the final ones to kill Whippo.
Have a scaling advantage. And so they're going to disengage from this, and they're going to
Whippo.
play for plates.
Oh,
Whippo. Double TP's bot.
Oh, Whippo staring into the eyes of death, and those eyes are the double TP from G2. Shurima shuffles him back, and he's gone. Whippo was like, guys, it's fine, I can defend the turret. G2 like, not today, my friend.
For Reckless to close the gap, or like get within close range. Ooh, as we see a bit of an engage.
G2 trying to force the flash out of Hylissang here. He's holding on to it for dear life, and Selfmade's coming around the corner. Hylissang still with his flash up. Will be able to get away. Caps thinking about Blast coming across the wall. Won't do it. Whippo in the mid lane is going to face the pain of Perkz and Wonder. But Selfmade's on his way as well. Whippo's just going to take a bit of chunk damage out here. Even with the Let's Bounce coming out, Selfmade able to join the fray and stop his teammate from falling.
So a couple of small skirmishes that don't really amount to a lot. We can see that because of the damage that Fnatic has sustained, they will be forced to disengage from the river. G2 is now looking for a collapse onto Reckless and Hylissang.
Reckless gets the double Moonlight Vigil stun. Jankos, of course, doesn't have the ult. There's the heal from Reckless. Going to get knocked up with the Wild Growth, though. Good Devour from Hylissang will keep Reckless alive, and now the fight is going to turn because the teleport's coming in from Nemesis. He joins the fight, still only level 10. Doesn't have that second point in his ultimate, but Wonder has to flash away. Perkz coming in from the side, but we're not here. Doesn't have the TP to join the fight, and Perkz can get a supreme flank off. There's one down as Reckless falls. Nemesis trying to run away as well as Perkz is just shredding through them. Hylissang's going to get the passive out of Wonder, but that's not going to be enough as he falls as well. 3 kills to 0 in favor of G2.
The Infernal Drake is on the board as well, and let's have a look back at how this happened. So you can see that G2 is in a position to collapse faster. Look at the minimap. You can see how Trundle has to take the long way around, but Fnatic's thinking, hey, we have TPs, we can punish for G2 for overextending. But G2 isn't overextending. They have a numbers advantage. Even with the TP in, Fnatic is still a member down, and they're putting so much attention on trying to kill Wonder and Mickey that Jankos is still alive and Perkz arrives first. Ornn is still making his way through the jungle, which means that at every point, G2 always has these numbers advantage. And we talked about Cassidy, he just doesn't offer that much damage this early on into the game, especially. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Perkz has definitely been great to watch as we see G2 forcing the flash out.
He's now gone as much attack speed as he can. He wants to attack fast. He's got triple dagger. Whippo's going to use the ult in the bottom lane. I feel this is more just to push Wonder away from the turret than anything else, but with the Abyssal Voyage coming in, actually the chase is on. Whippo, you don't have a knockup, you don't have a way to stop him from getting out. Wonder just TPs away. That's Alcove Gaming for you right there.
All the side of the map.
Perkz can just shuffle away here, looking to get away from Whippo. Exhaust has gone down on him as well, but he does still have the flash with the Emperor's Divide. He can stop Whippo, but a great use of the Bellow's Breath from Whippo meant he walked straight through the wall. Those bouncers
using the Herald bot. We don't have time as another fight is kicking off.
Hylissang still has the flash teleport coming in. That's Whippo joining this fight. Nemesis is coming in from the middle lane as well. And now perhaps G2 will overextend because Perkz is yet to join this fray. Call of the Forge God coming out. Whippo's going to land the knockup onto Jankos, who flashes away himself. And now Fnatic funneled into the river. Perkz has the flank position, but he's on a control ward, so he's spotted out. Wonder jumping forward, lands on Hylissang. Whippo forced off towards the bottom side of the fight. Perkz trying to get the damage down, but Nemesis is still very healthy. But so is Reckless in this fight. Whippo coming in, can't quite land the knockup. Selfmade has to go out of the fight as Whippo is the first to fall. G2 looking for the fight as they continue to push forward in the river. And Hylissang is forced away, but you can still see Reckless and Nemesis still very healthy. Nemesis doesn't have that much mana. Wonder's going to be the first to fall on the side of G2. Fnatic opening up. Reckless trying to do what he can, but Jankos with the stopwatch will stop them in their tracks. The sentry goes down, and G2 retreat back towards the Dragon.
Trying to put out. When we look at how these things played out, you can see that initially Fnatic is trying to claim control of the river, which doesn't belong to them. They think that G2 have reset, and then they get caught unawares. Then they go for the re-engage, and I think this is where Fnatic overcommit, because yes, Nemesis is zoning Perkz out from the fight, but look, Nemesis is actually quite low on mana. He's stacking up his ultimate, but now the goal for Fnatic should be to collapse onto Perkz, but they can't, because Wonder is just in the front line, soaking up all this damage. Look at Nemesis just getting zoned away. He wants to dive onto Perkz, but he can't get anywhere near him. Meanwhile, Reckless is doing what he can to try and melt through this front line, but again, Caps and Perkz are just left completely untouched, and this is the front-to-back team fighting that we saw in the previous game that was so difficult for Fnatic to play through. Yes, they can attack the tanks, but the tanks do such a good job of soaking up damage that the backline
well on Caps, and they're just going to start it up.
What?
So Nemesis has teleport, Bwipo does not. They have seen. They know that they're there. They know that they're doing it as Nemesis is going to teleport into this, but this could be another quick Baron from G2. I don't know if Fnatic are going to get there in time because there's only 1,000 HP left on it, and now it's gone. The Court of the Forge God coming out. Fnatic have to look to try and take this fight because G2, if they get out alive, they can just push through the side lane. Selfmade's already dead. Yankos takes him, and now Reckless trying to open up, but he's been caught in Cataclysm, devoured up by Mahila-san, but you have to watch Reckless as he is spat out into all of G2. 4-0 in favor of G2. They are demolishing Fnatic in these fights.
Look to take game 2. Let's jump into the replay, and as you mentioned, Medic, this ward spotted G2 out, but G2's Baron is so quick that it doesn't matter, and I just want you to watch Caps in this situation because he looks like he's trapped, right? The pillar is there, but look, he just stands still. He just melts through Selfmade, he melts through Nemesis, even with an exhaust, he melts through Bwipo, and this is the power of Lulu Cogmore. It used to be a menace, these Medics.
The big thing we've been asking this entire game as well. Right now we're asking, can Bwipo get away? Because one more auto would be enough. Living Artillery coming down from Caps. Can't quite find the second connection. Can't quite find the third. The fourth is dodged by Bwipo. "23 minutes in, G2 are trying to up the speed from the last game. The tempo is rising and G2 are diving into the race, into the Nexus turrets as the shutdown comes out. Yankos already gone down, but Caps is unstoppable. Kills the Ornn, and now Bwipo is dead. Nemesis trying to do what he can. Wonder's low, but now the Nexus towers are just the target for G2. They could just end the game right here, right now. Nemesis stepping forward, trying to get onto Caps. He jumps in, but immediately he's exhausted. Pulse the stopwatch. Perkz doing what he can down towards the bottom side, zoning out. Reckless going to shove them back into the team as well, and that's the ace for G2. That's the ace for G2, and they go 2-0 up in this series.